Hi friends, welcome to the verse of the day. Today's verse is taken from John chapter 6 verse 51. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. Whoever eats this bread will live forever. This bread is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. I will encourage you all to go and read John chapter 6 for yourself. In fact, this is a very sad chapter. It is a chapter that is filled with so much if you actually try to take it as it is and not misunderstand it or misinterpret it in any way. In John chapter 6, we come across Jesus and the 5,000, the crowd. And before anything, he tests Philip. In verse 5, he says, when Jesus looked up and saw a great crowd coming towards him, he said to Philip, where shall we buy bread for these people to eat? Then verse 6 says, he asked this only to test him, for he already had in mind what he was going to do. So remember this, Jesus already knows what we think, already knows what he's going to do, but he still seeks our opinions. He still wants to know what we are thinking. Philip then said in verse 7, Philip answered, it will take more than half a year's wages to buy enough bread for each one to have a bite. Totally missing the point that Jesus is right there. It goes on and on. Jesus is able to feed the 5,000. Jesus walks on water, but we all know that story. If you're a Christian, you know that when Jesus walked on water, the people that were in the boats with him, they were scared. They were scared. Even though he was there physically, they were scared. We don't believe in him. We don't have the faith. Then when you come to Jesus, the bread of life, it's another part of this chapter. Jesus tries so much, many times, to explain that he's the bread of life. Just believe in him. Just believe in him. Okay? Don't seek after anything else. In verse 27, he says, do not work for food that spoils, but for food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give you. For on him God the Father has placed his seal of approval. Hey. Then the disciples in verse 28 says, then they asked him, what must we do to do the works God requires? Jesus said in 29, the work of God is this, to believe in the one he sent. Period. Believe in Jesus. God sent him. Believe that he is the one who is the living bread. Whoever eats the flesh and drink his blood will have eternal life. That is all. Go and read it for yourself. Believe, have faith. Take care and be blessed.